Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a stitch which I made up. So it's kind of like an elongated, extended herringbone stitch mashup. So it gives a really cool texture. Now I don't know if you can see this on camera. It's kind of almost like sort of, can you see that texture there? How it kind of, each row goes in and out. It's like quite nice to touch. I know you can't touch it for a screen, but it's a really cool stitch, and I kind of think it almost looks like little like plaits or braids. So I'm going to go ahead and call it the braid stitch. So until somebody tells me, no, you didn't make that up, that's actually called the stitch, that's what I'm going to call it. So this is the braid stitch. It's quite a long, stretchy stitch. This is quite a long, this is nearly a full ball's worth of Boho Spirit, Cygnet Boho Spirit in colourway Harmony. I'm so used to calling it like sort of unicorn yarn. I can never remember the actual shade, so I'm pretty sure 99.999% it's called Harmony. So this, I'm making a scarf. Like I say, I've nearly used the entire ball up, which is why I've got nothing to show you, other than it finished. So I worked just into chain stitches for this stitch. So the beginning is however wide you want it to be, +2. So this is going to be quite a quick video because I'm literally just showing you how to do this stitch. It's really nice on the front and the back because of course you're turning, so, and it keeps a really nice straight edge. Can you see this straight edge? Like, it gives a good straight edge. So it's quite a versatile stitch. It's quite tall, it's quite stretchy, it's quite a springy one, and it kind of like, I can stretch it right out. So anyway, enough waffling from me. I'm going to show you how to do the newly christened braid stitch. I'm using a 4.5mm rather grubby looking hook. I really should clean my hooks. And the remains of the ball of Cygnet Boho Spirit. If you love this yarn, and why wouldn't you? Look, it's amazing. It reminds me a lot of the Red Heart Unforgettable Candied colourway. It's slightly more blue than that one, but more importantly, the consistency of the yarn is the same all the way through, so no thick and thin like you get with a Red Heart, and also fraction of the price. So I'm down for a bit more blue to get a much nicer, more consistent yarn. So with my 4.5mm hook, I'm just going to leap straight in and show you how you do this braid stitch. I'll show you a few times and then I'll show you how to turn as well. Hopefully I have enough yarn left. I thought I'd better get in here quick before I run out of yarn. So with however many chains, like I said before, chain however many you want your project to be. This will work great as a blanket. And then add 2. So when you very first start your project, you'll be working into the 3rd chain from your hook. So chain the amount you need, +2, and then do your first stitch into the 3rd chain from hook. And then just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until you get to this point. So to do the braid stitch, yarn over twice. Go into the stitch, yarn over at the back, come through, and then pull through that first loop on your hook as well. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So a bit like herringbone, you get that sort of locked down loop, almost kind of weirdly like knitting. I am a fan of the herringbone stitch. Hopefully this is showing up nicely on camera. I chose a section where the colorways kind of aren't merging into one, so you can clearly see what I'm doing. So I'll show you again. Yarn over twice, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull through the stitch and through the first loop on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you can see it kind of looks like, almost like braided hair. It's quite cool. Yarn over twice, into the stitch, yarn over and catch your yarn at the back, come through the stitch, through the first loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through one loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. So it's really simple, really quick, quite a nice tool stitch. You've just got to yarn over twice, into the stitch, catch the yarn at the back, come back through the stitch and that first loop on your hook, yarn over, pull through one, and then finish off as if it was a normal double crochet. So yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. So you do that all the way along. I'm just going to pick up a bit more speed here till I get to the end. Right, so I'm pretty much getting in a tangle at this end with my yarn, so give me a bit more slack here. When you have worked one row, that turning chain right at the beginning, you want to be working into the top of the first stitch you did, not the first two chains. So by the time you've done a row and you're coming back on yourself, you want to ignore these little chains and go into the top of the stitch. So hopefully it kind of curves away a bit. You can see it's here you want to be going into. It'll be a lot easier for you to see when you're working on your own project. But it's just remembering to go into the top of the stitch, because that's what keeps your edges nice and straight. Can you see that? So to turn, you chain two, turn your work, and that chain two does not count as a stitch. So that chain two, just ignore it now and ignore it so you can kind of see I ignored it there. And you want to yarn over twice and go into the exact same stitch, that very first one that you just did in the row below. So ignore your chain two, straight in. Like so. So these two chains will sort of disappear and you're left with an elongated top of your stitch there, which is the section I went into for here. Do it all into that first stitch. And that's it. It's quite quick when you get going. I know this was a super quick video, but it literally is just to show you this stitch, this braid stitch. I hope you like it. It is great and fast growing, particularly for scarves. I mean, this is an entire ball I've used pretty much, and an evening or two's work. So it does start to go really quickly. And like I said, I don't know if it's picking up on shot, but you can kind of see, because it's quite a tall stitch and you're walking back and forth, it almost has these like raised sections for each row. Can you see that? How it's up, in, up, in. So it gives a really cool texture. And when you run your hand over it, these little tiny like loops, the little herringbone style loops that you're putting right in the beginning, they feel really cool. They feel really nice, like to touch. It's quite a nice textured, tall, squishy stitch. That is it. I hope you enjoyed this super fast tutorial. Like I said, if you know what this stitch is, let me know. That would be amazing, because as far as I'm aware, I just made it up. So yeah, I hope you like it, and happy crocheting.